A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. We're coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Let's first start off with a look at the stories that made it to your headlines this afternoon. 32 suspects arrested in connection to the Mirijuvela unrest presented before court once again. Debate in Parliament on future of Hambantota port. Former Iranian President Akbar Rafsanjani passes away. Now, starting off with your lead story this afternoon, the 32 suspects who were taken into custody and remanded in connection to the unrest that occurred in the Mirijuvela area in Hambantota were produced before the Hambantota magistrate today. Arrested 11 suspects in connection to the incident, while a further 21 were arrested by the Ambalanguda police. 7 police officers and a civilian who suffered injuries in the incident that took place on Saturday continue to receive treatment. The unrest occurred during the inauguration ceremony of the Sri Lanka-China Logistics and Industrial Zone, which comes under the Mirijuvela Investment Promotion Zone in Hambantota. The police had to fire tear gas and deploy water cannons to control the situation. Parliament convened for the first time for the year 2017 at 9:30 this morning. A heated debate took place when MPs started to raise questions regarding the fate of the Hambantota port. If steps are taken to sign the framework agreement which details the MOU to hand over the Hambantota port to the China Merchant Company, the country and the people will lose the port. Selling or handing over control of this land is harmful to the nation. Do you accept by handing over a further 15,000 acres to this company, you cause harm to farmlands as well as religious places of worship?
The first investment will be given to a Sri Lankan to commence a cement factory. Chinese investments will also be directed to commence an oil refinery, LPG power plant and a dockyard in this area. There are also discussions to bring in another American or Arabic investment for an oil refinery. Mr. Speaker, there is a new situation. Yesterday the President said if Hambantota does not want these investments, bring them to Polonnaruwa. Members from Monragala are asking for these investments in their area. Minister Kiriyalla is asking for these investments to be brought to Kandy, while Minister S.P. Disanayaka is calling for these investments to be moved to Nuwara. I would like to ask Mahinda Rajapaksa, the former president, and Namal Rajapaksa, don't you want this in Hambantota?
Start industries to use the port and airport and then distribute the 15,000 acres to anywhere you want. We have no objection, but you need to start industries in the area that we already started.
If the former president can send me a letter that I signed an illegal agreement with the president of China, then I will present this issue before this chamber and allow them to reach a decision.
Former Deputy Governor W.A. Wijewardena, while in conversation with political commentator Farah Shaugatali on Newsline, said that the central bank is responsible to exercise accountability in terms of providing the public with access to information.
Central bank cannot cancel the license of a primary dealer without going through the due procedure.
Yeah.
So I hope that the bank is presently going through that procedure and they might come up with the final resolution in one of these days, and we may be able to hear from the central bank itself.
Why is the report of that monetary board into this matter? Why is it taking so long?
Of course, the report has already been submitted.
It's just that we don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not in public domain because usually those reports that are submitted to monetary board on the examination of these financial institutions, including primary dealers, they are not released to public domain because they are considered as reports containing sensitive information for us. So because of this reason, it's not in public domain and we don't know what it is unless it is, released to the public domain by a whistleblower. Of course, one whistleblower has already done it, and the central bank has said that he has been reported to the CID.
Yeah.
CID was
Do we have any information about that?
Of course, CID may be investigating, but I don't know the final outcome.
We have no knowledge.
No, we have no knowledge because
central bank has been arrested or something.
Unless central bank comes out with the story.
I see.
Yeah, of course, a central bank, a responsible central bank will have to report back to the members of the public the outcome of the CID investigation, whether they have been able to catch the particular whistleblower. Because it's a matter for the central bank of Sri Lanka to be, as when we said at the beginning of this program for us, the accountability.
Indeed.
They are accountable to the members of the public, and if the members of the public suspect that the things in the central bank are not happening in the proper way, it's up to the central bank to get its name cleared.
Now, still in local news, a national program is being implemented to convert Sri Lanka to a centre of green energy. Under this program, all state institutions will be converted into centres that generate green energy. The program was initiated at the Ministry of Finance today. The government aims to convert all state institutions into one which produces sustainable energy through the course of the next 2 years. The government also notes that it plans on creating the necessary facilities to equip homes of electricity consumers who pay a monthly electricity bill of over 2,000 rupees. Officials plan to facilitate this program for consumers by granting loans of up to 150,000 rupees with a pledge by the government to pay up to 50% of the interest rate on the loan. Members of the Frontline Socialist Party convened a media briefing in Colombo yesterday.
හෙට එහෙම නැත්නම් අද මේ මිල ගහලා නැති සියලු සහල්.
If you can arrest everyone who does not display the price of rice, arrest the mill owners. All items in shops from a bar of soap to a box of matches has to have their price displayed. Then why isn't the price of rice being displayed? It has been defined as a special commodity by the government, and it is their responsibility to ensure that it is sold at the stipulated control price. Officials of the Consumer Affairs Authority rate everything else, yet they ignore rice. We cannot blame the raiding officers as well because they have been ordered by their superiors to look the other way. This mafia of mill owners are sucking the people dry. Some of them earn over 20 million a day. This can be stopped only if the people rally together. The farmers, consumers, labourers and everyone should come together for this struggle. Now, still in local news, 2 employees of the Ceylon Electricity Board have been arrested by the Anuradhapura police for illegally selling off a stock of high-voltage power cables. The arrest was made with the support of the Special Investigations Unit of the Ceylon Electricity Board. The CEB Investigations Manager Indika Fernando revealed to Newsfirst that an employee of a CEB warehouse in Kalattava, Anuradhapura, and a security guard attached to the complex had been arrested. The stock of high-voltage cables were discovered recently in a prawn farm located in the Ambakandavala area in Maravilla. The stolen cables have been valued at around 1 million rupees. The University Grants Commission notes that the students' handbooks for university entrance for the 2016-2017 educational year will be released this week. The handbooks will be made available through bookshops as well as the official website of the University Grants Commission. Chairman of the UGC, Mohan De Silva, has called on the students applying for university entrance to study the handbooks carefully before submitting their applications. He added that steps will be taken to provide a special training for teachers so that they would be able to render assistance to prospective students. A special puja was held at the Shakya Malakya located opposite the head office of the Capital Maharaja organization under the auspices of Most Venerable Daldena Jnani Sarathera, the Mahanayaka of the Amarapura Sangha Sabhava. The special puja was organized by the staff of the Capital Maharaja organization. The sermon was delivered by Mahanayaka of the Amarapura Sangha Sabhava, Agramaha Pandita, Rajakiya Pandita, Dr. Most Venerable Daldena Jnani Sarathera.
ආයතනයේ කෙරෙහි මගේ ඩොකුම දයාවක් තිබෙනවා. සිරස අපි ගුවන් විදුලි මගෙන් අහන්න ලැබෙනවා. කරන්නා වූ ප්‍රකාශයන්.
I'm very fond of Sirasa. We hear Sirasa through the radio and listen to many good things. Whatever is bad must be rejected. Mr. Raja Mahendran, who started Sirasa, has done many activities for the development of this nation. Such activities have benefited the people greatly. For this, I invoke my blessings on Mr. Raja Mahendran and everyone else. And with that, we conclude lunchtime news on TV1. Stay tuned as the latest news update will come your way at 1:55. For the News First team, I'm Charlene Benedict. Good day.